I'm building my first mobile app, and I don't know what possessed me to do this, but it's something I've wanted to do for a very, very long time, but I've never had the skill set or the time to learn how to code. Lately with AI, you can do it without even coding. So I'm literally vibe coding an app from scratch. And the best part is that up until recently, I really could not justify the time to build something like this with all the other projects and work and businesses I have going at the moment. But recently, Vibecode reached out to me and they said, hey, let's work on a project together. You can build a mobile app in public or multiple mobile apps, and we'll pay you per video you release on a weekly schedule. So get paid to build something that will potentially make me money and has been a dream of mine to release since I was like 12 years old. Sign me up. So we're now building our first mobile app and I'm very excited to get started. So I started doing some brainstorming recently and I think the idea I want to go with is, I don't know if anyone has this issue, but I always scroll through TikTok and I find all these high protein recipes or all these just cooking recipes that I want to save for later, desserts, things like that, and I save them all and I literally never go back to them, because I find it such a hassle to have to watch through the video 50 times and get the recipe right. When I do cook these, they always turn out great. And I think TikTok has become such a hot spot for good cooking recipes. And I don't know about you guys, but anytime I want to make something new, I will look up the recipe on TikTok, about pasta recipes, whatever. What I found was that once I've cooked one of these good recipes, I'm really not going back to them and I have no good way of storing them. So then I thought, what if I could make an app where you basically just drag in the link to the TikTok recipe into the app and it will create the recipe and save it for you. So I think that's exactly what I'm gonna build out. I think it pretty much hits the nail on the head for everything that an app needs to be successful. It's got that virality. It has the use case where people are going to want to come back and use it repeatedly. So there's a potential to add a subscription model in there where people would happily pay a few dollars a month to be able to have their recipes stored. And I think it'd be quite easy to promote this to UGC creators and other cooking creators out there that are in that kind of food space. I also think I'm maybe thinking an idea where the food creators can actually pay to have their recipe featured as recipe of the week. Okay, so I spent a lot of time on Vibecode and I basically got the broad outline of what the app is and does, but what Vibecode can't do is plug directly into, one, the database that I need to actually get this thing set up, and two, it can't plug directly into OpenAI. So what I've done now is I've imported everything over into Lovable. This means I can basically just build out, again, like kind of a baseline of what the app does. It's all in a web app. And once that's done, I'll be able to import that over into Xcode and finish everything off. But now what we've got is pretty much a working, functioning app. I'll see if I can show you guys, but so you can see here, we've got the interface. Basically, when you load up into it, you'll have a recipe book and then you've got a new recipe tab. Open up into the new recipe tab and you can just import from a TikTok video. You paste in the link and then what happens there is that it will read everything. I've basically got this plugged into a TikTok downloader, which then uploads that video into OpenAI. And once that's done, it will give you the recipe. Now, I've kind of made it at the moment so that the recipe just grabs a snippet from the actual video. I believe it's from the thumbnail. And then it will give you a shopping list. It will give you cooking instructions, and it will also give you nutrition info. The nutrition info is plugged directly in from OpenAI, so it will actually just create, based on the ingredients that it's saved from the video, it will create some nutrition info. So it'll give you your macros. The hardest part about this was actually getting something that could read the TikTok video, right? Because it's not always that the description has the information that you need. And then I thought initially, okay, well, we'll get it from the audio. So I used an audio extractor to extract the audio, and then I got OpenAI to read it with their Whisper AI platform. But then sometimes people post videos with just music in the background while they've got text on the screen. So then I had to get something that will analyze the text on the screen. So what we have now is we're pretty much pulling everything from three places. One is the description, two is the text on screen, and three is what the person is actually speaking in the video. And that's all plugged into AI, and then we're basically left with a combination of that. And it uses, obviously, its intelligence to, I guess, determine what should go in there and what shouldn't. And then it just uses, I guess, just generic functions to come up with what the most likely scenario is for that particular recipe. And then you're given a shopping list and your cooking instructions and everything from there. So it's pretty cool. I like the way it looks so far. I think I need a little bit of work on possibly the logo, and I just want this to look, I don't know, just a little more modern, I guess you'd say. There's things I like about it, there's things I don't like about it. There's still some more features that I want to get added in. But what we're going to do basically from here is we're going to get this imported into Xcode. Which, if you don't know, Xcode is basically where the app needs to go before it is uploaded into Apple's development side. And this is the first time I'm doing this, by the way. I'm kind of just learning this as I go, but I understand from here is that I basically need to convert it from a web app into a mobile app. So we need to use some sort of other platform that will convert that. I believe I'm going to use Cursor. If Cursor doesn't do it, I'm not sure. We're just gonna work it out as we go. I know it works. I know we can get it there. And my aim is hopefully just to have the basic MVP up on the App Store within the next couple of days. I'm heading overseas in a few days, so I'd love to have this up and going, and so I can start really posting some content around it. But I'm really just filming this as I go. You guys are not gonna see this video till the app is actually already out there. So if you do want to use the app, I'm hoping it's finished in the description. So download it, give it a go, give me some feedback, good or bad, but mostly good, I hope. And we'll see how we track from there. But for now, I'm going to get this finished and I'm going to get this uploaded into Xcode, and then I'm going to hopefully have a functioning app in Xcode, which is my goal for the end of the day. Update, I've been troubleshooting the app for a while because it's just the build is just not running in Xcode, but it just succeeded for the first time and it's loading up right now as we speak. No way. It finally worked. Check it out. That's crazy. It's like, it's literally fully functioning. Everything works, the buttons work. I haven't tested the actual functionality of the extraction from TikTok yet. I'm having a feeling that something's going to play up in the back end with the API that I'm using to pull, but this is a good sign so far. So fingers crossed the TikTok bit works. At the moment, what I'm trying to fix up is when the app loads, you can see basically the buttons, you can't see them at the bottom. So you kind of have to scroll to see them. So I'm trying to fix it up so it's locked there all the time. And then we're just going to go through, we're just going to troubleshoot each bit step by step. And hopefully by the end of the day, or then in the next couple of days, we've got a functioning app and we can submit it for approval. And that'll be my first iPhone app ever made. Okay, so right now I'm in the final stages of uploading my app to the App Store. It's been a long few weeks. It literally took me 3 weeks just to get my Apple developer account activated. I can't tell you how many phone calls and emails back and forth I had with Apple to get everything sorted. It literally just wouldn't let me verify my ID. But anyway, we're past that now. The app is working completely. The MVP is there. I can see changes that I want to make in the future to it. And I don't think there's ever going to be a time where you're completely satisfied with the product you're putting out in the beginning. Kind of been following this thing where it's like make it exist first, then make it better. So I kind of need to follow my own advice here and just get it uploaded. So it's about 10:30 at night now. I'm finalizing all of the screenshots and everything to be uploaded to the App Store. So when you actually go to submit your app, you need to submit at least 10 screenshots showing how the app actually functions. And then you have your stylized images that will actually show on the App Store listing as well. And you can see now just behind me, this is just loaded, but the build has just been archived and posted to App Store Connect, which is the app that you need to actually upload to the App Store.
Okay, a bit of an update on some changes I made. First of all, I decided to go with more of like a black theme. And then since then, I've really just been making as many changes as I possibly can. You'll see right now I haven't got the premium option subscribed to just yet, but recipes are adding, they're all looking good. I updated the logo, made it look a little more modern. All of the buttons are working correctly now. I also added a feature so we can extract directly from a website, and we've also got a manual creation feature as well. You basically just drop in your recipe there and then pretty much good to go. Premium version, so we have all of the subscription options working. We've basically got a monthly subscription and an annual subscription. Once it's subscribed, it will unlock unlimited recipes, and in the free version, you just have one extraction. So it's all looking good. It's now working and functional on the phone. I just need to get rid of, obviously, this little debug menu. But look, aside from that, it is ready to launch. Only a few more little changes I'm going to make, and then we're going to get this sent off to Apple to get everything approved.
Okay, I'm sorry this video has been super patchy, but Chomper is officially live. The video went out yesterday. It was my first announcement on Instagram and other social platforms, just showing Chomper, showing what it is, what it does, putting it out there into the world. I already got a couple of subscriptions, which is awesome, and not something I was expecting, because I'm really using Instagram just to show the background of what it is to build an app and distribute an app. And obviously I don't have a cooking audience or kind of I guess like health or fitness influency kind of audience, so I didn't expect any, but I appreciate the people who did buy a subscription, and it obviously helps me out. But the next thing I want to tackle is distribution, and that's going to be through mainly paid marketing, as well as organic content. And I'm going to be testing that out and showing you guys what that looks like, what's profitable, and hopefully we're able to get a profitable campaign going for Chomper. That's going to be my next goal, and I'm going to document that process here on YouTube and Instagram. But you can see the next thing we want to do here is actually get a TikTok campaign going, which is going to be the next thing I want to work on for Chomper. To do that, you need to set up something called AppsFlyer. There's a bunch of different places to do it, but this is basically like campaign tracking. So think of this very similar to how Pixel would work for Meta, but it's integrated into the actual app itself. So what I'm going through now is actually integrating that using Cursor and actually getting it put into the back end of my app. It's a bit of a painful process, because you can imagine if you guys have ever done anything like Shopify, drop shipping, or TikTok shops, things like that, where you're actually marketing, you basically need the marketing agency, Meta or TikTok, to be able to recognize, one, when people download the app, two, when people actually open the app. You need to know whether they've made it all the way through onboarding, whether they've deleted the app before going through onboarding. You need to know all of these things so that Meta or TikTok are able to modify the campaign to find people more likely to actually install and pay for the app. That's the ultimate goal, obviously, with a profitable campaign. So that's what we need to work out. It's the first thing, and I just want to make sure I'm doing everything right. Yes, you can just go and market the app just as it is, but you're not going to be able to make the most profitable campaign doing it in that way, because it's just not going to be able to adapt the campaign to people who are more likely to actually pay for it. So I want to do everything right with this, and I'm not looking to just go out there and throw money at something that's not going to work. So we're going to do everything the right way. And right now I'm just getting AppsFlyer installed. But for you guys, Chomper is already available. So if you want to go have a play around with it, or pick up a monthly subscription, it'll really help me out. And I'm going to be documenting the process mainly on Instagram. So follow me on there if you want to see what it's like to actually create and distribute your own app solo. And I'm going to be documenting it all on there. So I'm going to catch you guys in the next one, but thank you for watching. I'm sorry this has been a very boring video, but this has been filmed over months and months, and I'm too ADHD, bro. I forget when I'm filming anything. What am I even doing right now?